Like it's a two-way street. For your LinkedIn to be good, you've had to do something. For you to be a thought leader, you have to actually be a thought leader. Like, know your industry, have your wounds, like make mistakes so you can actually preach wisdom on what you're doing. So I think it's important to have expectations correctly. Like if you're new, starting out, and you want to have a LinkedIn presence, you're going to have a smaller reach than someone who has been spending 20, 30 years building relationships and decides to post.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think the last podcast we just had a guy in the real estate space, and you know, who basically is the one out and about just building relationships, and it's really allowed them to grow in a typical real estate, single or real estate type business where you're acquiring what they call doors, right? How many doors do you end up owning? But that also ended up turning into and way more opportunity on the lending on the deal side. And so it just meant like getting capital to be able to fund deals that were even beyond what their company could do. And that's how they pivoted. But the relationships were there that really kind of bore this idea of, hey, listen, while real estate's kind of in this flux right now, there are people out there looking for funding, and we can go basically start a real estate investment fund to be able to do that, which was really interesting. But I really think a lot of it was built on relationships at the end of the day.
I see the business world runs on relationships.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing, and that's what I learned from Carver Ties is like the bigger the network, the better odds of success you have. And it's really a race. Like consider a professional services firm. I like to use this example. At the baseline, most professional services firms that are around are pretty much equal, right? There's stuff here and there. Like if you're choosing an accounting firm, if you're choosing, a financial planning firm, like for the most part, everyone's a little bit at the mean, either above or slightly below. So what really draws people in is relationships, you know? And so it's a race to create, I say the best business doesn't win, the best relationships win. Um, and that's why I think LinkedIn is so important because it helps you establish and create those at scale.